Welcome back to Quick Take Charge. I'm Tim Stenevec in New York. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo is facing more calls to resign today, even from his fellow Democrats. That's after a third woman came forward overnight to the New York Times, accusing him of inappropriate behavior. The mounting allegations come as the governor already faces a probe into whether his administration covered up COVID-related nursing home deaths. New York Assemblyman Ron Kim is one of the lawmakers calling for Cuomo's resignation and one of the first Democrats to speak out. Now he joins us from Albany to discuss. Assemblyman Kim, thanks so much for joining us again on Quick Take. Why seek Cuomo's resignation before the investigation is complete?
Well, I don't think he deserves the privilege of governing in New York State after he chose to abuse his power to not only cover up life and death information of nursing homes, but now woman after woman are coming out accusing him of his abusive behavior. We need to move the state forward. And in order to do that, I think he should step down while we investigate his wrongdoings so we can focus on getting this state to recover from the coronavirus.
Well, to that end, what is the status of the legislation's efforts right now to revoke Cuomo's emergency powers?
We don't have consensus yet, but there are a few of us who are pushing for impeachment, and there are more people every day asking him to step down and resign. But right now we have 107 Democrats, and we're building consensus to figure out what should be the next step. In the next couple of days, we should have something to hold him accountable.
What's been the holdup, though? I mean, are you confident that you'll be able to reach a consensus?
I mean, I think the truth of the matter is many Democrats have cut the wrong deals with them over the past 10 years. You know, whether it's getting their programs funded, they feel indebted to him. You know, Cuomo hired their former chief of staff, former staff members. So there's a lot of feeling of indebtedness to the Cuomo administration. And my message to them is it's not about individuals and they're feeling like they owe him something. It's about protecting the integrity of our institutions, of our democratic bodies that is supposed to step up as co-equal government and protect our democratic process. But we can't do that when we have an executive who is abusing his powers to protect his own self, you know, in the light of all these controversies.
Assemblyman, the White House has said it's going to wait to comment until the investigation is over. Do you think they should speak out now? Is that what you'd like to see?
I think we need to check the governor. Democrats shouldn't be hypocrites. We were calling on the Republicans to do the right thing for Trump for years. Now it's our turn to hold our executive accountable. This is our credibility on the line. So I believe it's important, especially when it shouldn't take three women. It should take one woman to come up and if they accuse the governor of predatory behavior, we should believe them and we should hold the executive accountable.
Assemblyman, take us inside Democratic circles in Albany right now, considering that lawmakers are, at least as of now, unable to curtail these emergency powers. Are people around you afraid to speak out?
I don't think they're afraid to speak out. But again, I think there are years of relationships. I think there are many things that they feel grateful for the governor for doing, whether it's small projects in their districts or hiring former staff members. There is a level of loyalty to the governor. And again, my point to my colleagues, this has nothing to do with loyalty or disloyalty or trading political currency with the executive. This is about the integrity and sanctity of our democratic institutions. We are a co-equal government. We should be doing our jobs, which is to seek the truth and legislate, and we should not be threatened and bullied for doing our jobs.
The Cuomo name is a powerful one in Albany. Are you or any of your colleagues concerned about retribution?
Of course. I mean, I think many of us who have been abused or threatened directly by him have feelings of fear that he will, if he recovers, come after us. There's many different ways I believe he can hurt us. But again, I made that choice since last year when I faced the re-election, and many people advised me, don't criticize the governor. He's polling at 80%. But my constituents who are dying every day on the ground I made a promise to them that I would seek the truth behind the cover up on nursing homes. And I was willing to lose everything to get to that truth. And I think more and more lawmakers will get there. But once we do, we will finally have a functioning democracy that serves the people of New York.
Well, let's talk a little bit more about this investigation, because one person who would certainly stand to benefit from Cuomo's downfall would be Attorney General Letitia James. I'm wondering if you think that the probe could be seen as a conflict of interest for James, who is seen as a top contender to run for governor, and of course, who will have the final say on the investigation.
I don't see Ms. James. I know her. She does not conflate her politics with her job. She had the moment she took the role of Attorney General, she has acted with full integrity and professionalism. I am confident that she will conduct a thorough and independent investigation and not conflate this with her political ambitions in the future. She has never mentioned at any given point that she's interested in running for governor or anything else. She's interested in seeking justice in this moment.
As far as the most recent allegation in the New York Times, the governor's office, a spokesman for Cuomo, referred to a statement from Sunday night in which he said his actions, quote, have been misinterpreted as an unwanted flirtation, and that he was, quote, sorry to the extent anyone felt that way. That's according to the New York Times. I'm curious, what more do you want to hear from Governor Cuomo on this?
He needs to genuinely apologize to the woman and resign, period.
What's your message for other women who may be afraid to come forward?
We're here for you. This is not about me. This is not about the governor. This is about the institutions, the men in power who should take a step back and listen and believe. And don't be afraid. I think there are other young women who are willing to stand with you. And I will stand next to you, behind you, around you, to make sure that you have the proper voice and support if you want to move forward. And I got to say, some of these images that are coming out, including the last article yesterday of Cuomo touching another woman in the New York Times, it can be very triggering for women who have dealt with sexual harassment, and they can be very scared. And to those women, I understand that this is not a good moment for you, but there are men and there are allies who will stand with you if you want to step forward.
Assemblyman Ron Kim in Albany for us. Thanks so much for your time, Assemblyman. Really appreciate you joining us on this.